Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be touring the Yengolian army and get this video done and over with so that I could start working on my other video, which I have finally taken pictures of all my armies, and I will be editing and getting it ready to be posted for tomorrow morning. So let's get into the history of Yengolia, the different positions of soldiers, basically the army of Yengolia, the geography, the culture, and what country they were made after, and all of that mess, to answer your questions about why is it called Yengolia. So let's go ahead and do so. This is the Yengolian army, and these are the different positions that I have here for the Yengolian army, since there's one of each. Here we have a guard / patrolman with his rifle in his hand. Next we have two versions of radiomen. We have the old version, which has a machine pistol or submachine gun with a handheld radio that would actually be used in Vietnam and all kind of other world wars, but this is their version of the radio. And then they have the modern radio that they have borrowed from Yengolian and every other country that's been using these, so this is their other radio version. Next we have a message runner / recruit, and this is what he would look like, even though he's actually running from battle. But either way, we're using him as a message runner, just in case if the radio man gets shot in battle, or they can't, or the radio lines can reach their borders. So that's why they have him. Then we have an assault rifleman with a, looks like an M16 or M83, I don't know, but it's an assault rifle, and this is what he has. Then we have a commanding officer, which he can be general, lieutenant, major, colonel, all the high-ranking officers, with a pistol in his hand. Next we have the versions of grenadiers. Hold on, we're missing one version of grenadier here. We are missing, yeah, we're definitely missing one version of grenadier. I have to look for one real quick. Well, so that's another version of Charger right there. Sorry guys, you got to hear the sounds of me moving my soldiers because I'm trying to look for the other grenadier guy, and I have found him. So this is the three versions of the grenadiers. We have their old one, which is just armed with a Bren. Actually, this is armed with a Sten gun with a grenade, but his hand is missing. But he was a grenadier. Then we have the other version of the grenadier where they had a rifleman carrying a grenade, about to throw a grenade into a bunker, house, or a trench to get rid of the enemies that are inside of it. Then we have the classic grenadier, which he has the grenade about to throw it and at the ready. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the chargers, which are these two. We got one that's in running or marching position, and it's about, or is on the way running across the battlefield. Same with this one, and sometimes he can be used as a bannerman or a charger. So either way, has a rifle in his hand and is running across the field. Then we have a sniper here, which they would usually call them the sharpshooters, and they're very accurate with their shooting range, up to 200 miles, which is really cool. Here We have a crawler or a soldier with a assault machine gun crawling on the battlefield, so he's basically a soldier in prone position. Here is the national leader, and his name is Genghis Khan, not Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan. And he's the founder and leader of the Yengolian people. And then we have a scout armed with a pistol. And we have another scout with a pistol in hiding form so that he can listen in on people's conversations. And if he gets caught, he has the gun right here to kill his enemies if he gets caught. Which he surprisingly can't because he doesn't have a suppressor. Looks like we're also missing another binocular guy here. Whoops. I must have missed a few things. Well, back to the railman. Here's another railman. He's purely yellow. And he's modeled after the Timmy guys. I don't know if he came with a set or what, but I added him to this army for now because I didn't have other armymen like him, so he's very cool. Okay, so we have another crawler soldier with a rifle in his hand crawling on the battlefield that I completely missed, so I'm sorry that you have to see this part. See me have to go off camera to grab some soldiers because I forgot to set them up. So we have a lookout / spotter in standing up form. And then we have another one that's on the ground laying down, and he's actually a spotter and lookout for the sniper, because if they were teaming together, he would look for the target and he would tell the sniper how far is the target and what will his target be from a distance. So this is what he is used for. Then we have an ammo carrier / supply inventory. He has a machine gun and he carries the ammo, so that's why I call him an ammo carrier, because he carries the ammo to the soldiers with rifles and everything on the battlefield. And then we have a submachine gunner. And then we have a rifle here that actually is both a machine gun and an anti-tank rifle. It's chambered in both 50 cal and 30 caliber. They have a switch where they have a magazine and switch mechanism. So like for instance, right now he has a clip in his rifle, so that's an anti-tank rifle mode. But if he takes the clip out and he switches it from anti-tank to machine gun, you can feed the bullets on the bullet belt on top of the rifle, on top, opening the latch, and you put the bullets through there, and then it would shoot like a machine gun. So I think that is a cool technology on their part. So this is the Yengolian army, and now we're going to move on to the questioning of what Yengolia is and why is it called Yengolia. So the question why Yengolia is called Yengolia is because, one, they're basically yellow, but they're like a greenish yellow, so I call it Yengolia. And the reason why I call it Yengolia is because it's yellow, but it's also modeled after the country of Mongolia, which I figured since the Mongols were kind of cool in history, I wanted to have a country that represents Yengolia. So I had some yellow army men. I didn't have a country to basically have yellow army men placed in, and then I thought of the idea of calling it Yellow Mongolia, so I'm calling it Yengolia, which means Yellow Mongolia, and I think it's really cool. And also, I did change the name of the famous leader Genghis Khan to Genghis Khan, because first of all, I basically just want to make a rip-off version of Genghis Khan. That way, he won't be like a real. I don't know how I would put this copyright issue, because Genghis Khan is a real person, and I don't want to make fun of Mongolia or its culture. I just wanted to basically emphasize and put a fictional text around it. So this is all fictional. It's not real. It's not based on reality, but it is based on the real country. I just changed the name. And this is Yengolia, and their army is growing little, but it is still at the moment small compared to my other armies. And I find it an interesting concept. So that should answer your question as to why is it called Yengolia. Now we want to move on to the geography and then later the announcements. Okay, so the country of Yengolia is, of course, this yellow colored territory in Tenyo, and they are a Tenyoan nation. And like I said, with the Brazilians and the Slovakian army, they were a group of people that had a territory shared with them by an older country. Like I said, the Maya once had this territory, but since the Slovakians wanted this area, the Mayans made the choice to give up this much territory for them to live in and created their own country. The Marlantians used to have all this territory up here. That way they could easily reach to Phasafili and back. But since Yengolia was a new country, they had to let them live here. And the reason why they did that is because there are multiple enemies. If there was an enemy invasion, like for instance, if Tanzanians who still own Tanland invaded Phasafili, they could have easily conquered Morlant if the Morlantians were still there. But since Yengolia is there, they have to go through Yengolia in order to get to Morlant. And Budapest is a good protecting ally of Morlant, and Kandahar is too. So basically, they're fine. They are okay. And like I said, with the Brazilians here were allies with. Were a country that were recently discovered, so the Phasafilians had to give up their territory to Brazil. And that's how Slovakia, Yengolia, and Brazil have their countries in Tenyo. And speaking of countries, the war with Tenaria and the Apasca nations is over. Tenaria has officially won the war. Bulgaria and Kegypt have now been under the territorial claim of Tenaria, and all the other leaders were okay with it because they don't want to continue fighting their countries and territory to lose their colonies, so they surrendered and gave up the war, and Tenaria had won the war. But anyway, so Yengolia is basically a good defense / border country between Yengolia, Kandahar, Brazil, Phasafili, and Budapest, along with Madas. But other than that, they are very nice people. They like to be independent. They have not gone to war with Morlant because, first of all, they're friends in this universe. Because if Yengolia can protect them, Morlant can protect Yengolia, and that's basically their alliance pact agreement that they made. The Brazilians, they are friends with the Yengolians as well, so they have no problems with each other, so they're okay. Basically, Yengolia is a cool and neutral country. They have been at war once, but other than that, they haven't been at war since. And they're a really interesting culture. Now, let's move on to the announcements. Okay guys, so for today's announcements, after this video is posted, I'm going to be starting working on my new video that I've been telling you guys about. I know that you guys have been patiently waiting for it, but it will be ready and posted by tomorrow morning, or maybe sometime tomorrow afternoon, depending on when I get done, because I'm going to be working today. But other than that, it should be done before I go to work. and I will post it, schedule it to be posted tomorrow morning. And this will be the beginning of my collection videos series of 2024. We're going to start with the historical armies, and then we'll move on from historical to my universe, which is also another great achievement because I'm actually really excited for it, because I want to demonstrate all my armies, all my country power, for you guys to see how much has changed and grown from the previous YouTube videos I made about my collection. And I wanted to demonstrate my collection as a very good passion, and also want to basically show you guys how much I have gained from the past few years. I'm still trying to achieve my goal of reaching 20,000, which currently I have this many, and I need a few more. But other than that, I am excited to do this project, and I want to thank you guys for encouraging me to work on this project. And without further ado, thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.